So you mentioned 4 topics that would be important to highlight in a me statement: the traits, skills and education, responsibilities, and accomplishments. Let's start with personal traits, Rini. What do you mean when you say personal traits?
Well, personality traits really, when you think about it, go all the way back to childhood. And if we've gotten lucky enough, we have taken those traits and developed them into natural talents that we have used in our work throughout the years. And so they might be things, for example, like I'm very detail oriented. I'm good with numbers. I'm fabulous at organizing things. I'm really good with my hands, good with people, good communicator. I'm empathetic and a good leader. Now, you wouldn't use all those things at one time. You'd only select the parts of that again refer back to what the need of the employer is and what the qualifications are.
Yeah, thought it was interesting. You said it goes all the way back to your childhood, because often we know, and our parents know too, about the things that we're really good at, like the kid who takes all of the mechanical things apart at home. That's a person who likes figuring out how things work, and hopefully they put them back together. But that could be a trait, right?
That could be a trait. And usually, if that trait is really prevalent, then they're the kind of people that really like to work with their hands. They're usually very detail oriented. They like the process of taking things apart, putting them back together again. So there's certain kinds of occupations that you might naturally gravitate towards. And if you really are targeted to that kind of employment for your future, and you get lucky and you're in that interview, those would be the kinds of things you would want to highlight right off the bat.
We talked about working with our hands. What about being team oriented?
Well, this is a very interesting concept, because usually if you're somebody who likes to work within a team, you have a more social aspect to your nature. And you like that part of it. Most of your creative energy or positive energy that you get is in the collaboration of working within a team environment. And when you think about going back to your childhood, chances are you were that way on the playground, or you were that way with a multitude of friends, and it has just transitioned into your work life now as an adult.
I'm relating to that as a mom, because I remember watching my daughter at age 3.5 or 4 in a dance concert, and she was the one up on stage telling the other little girls, okay, come on over here, waving her hand and saying, you're in the wrong place, get in the right place.
Natural born leader
at 3.
Exactly.
Exactly. So we know those things about ourselves, and they persist even into our work life.
Yes. What we need to remember is that for every trait that we claim that we have, we must also have a specific example that backs it up. An employer would be looking for a story, some kind of a very short example. How do you prove it? It's really the proof, the tangible evidence that what you say is true.
So let's say a courtesy clerk might say, I'm very courteous with my customers, and I know that because they always ask for me.
Sure, they wouldn't if you weren't, right?
So asking for me is the example.
Is the example, exactly right.